Hello everyone, ThruNite have kindly sent me another torch to do reviews and videos with, and this time it's the ThruNite Archer. So it comes in a box like this, and I've had a little look inside but I haven't removed anything yet. So you open the box up and you get the torch flashlight itself wrapped up in just sort of this plasticky film, so I'll throw that away now. And this is the torch itself, the Archer. It is the Archer 2A V3, and this one is, as it says on the side of the packet, that's on the lid, it is in clear white, because you get sort of neutral white or natural white and clear white, and or cool white as it's sometimes called. And cool white is basically the version of LED white that looks closer to blue to your eye, whereas natural white or neutral white is the one that looks closer to yellow. So this is the Archer. So you've got your on-off button here, I believe, and here is the button to switch between the modes. So in a moment I'll put a battery in it, but I'll show you everything else you get in the box first. So that's the torch down there. So you've got some silica gel that can just be thrown away. Right, in here it looks like we've got a little lanyard for it, so that is quite useful. I'll put that on in a moment. And we've also got, I think, the instructions, or it will be saying please give us a good review if you like the product. Yep, thank you for your order. There's a technical information and the thing for the reviews. So obviously leave them a good review if you like the torch, and here's the instruction manual. I'll get that open, and I'll just find the English part of it. Here we go. So this might be a bit hard to see on the camera, so I'll just try and get it as best I can on there and I'll read it. It's obviously an LED torch. I'll just check, is it a single LED? Yeah, it's a single Cree LED, so they're the very bright ones. Thanks to Weapon Collector as well for giving me some info on Cree LEDs. It's got an orange peel reflector in there. The LED is an XPL V6, which I think I read Cree on there somewhere. Yeah. So the XPL V6 is a Cree LED. There's a working voltage of 0.9 to 5.0 volts. It's the aluminium or aluminum material again, and it's got the premium Type 3 hard anodized finished, which is this, so it's easier to grip. And the dimensions are 155mm by 22mm, so 155mm long, 22mm thick. And it weighs 48 grams, so a bit more than the other one, the TI3, but not massively. The output on high is 500 lumens, which is a lot brighter than TI3, which I believe is 120 lumens without looking that up. Medium, which the other one didn't have, is 75 lumens, because I suppose medium on the other one would have been low. And it has low, which is 17 lumens, which lasts 4 days apparently. And Firefly, which lasts 28 days, which is 0.2 lumens, and that's just the one for, you know, looking at something up close without distracting people with the light. And it also has strobe mode, and I'll be showing you strobe later, so as somebody else warned me before, you know, if you have epilepsy or other types of eye damage, you know, be careful if you're watching a video, because there will be a strobe light in it at one point. So high lasts 96 minutes, medium lasts 11 hours, low lasts 4 days, Firefly lasts 28 days, and strobe lasts 140 minutes. Distance is 108 meters, which is pretty far. Intensity is 2912 CD, and I'm not exactly sure how that works because I'm not massively into torches. It's 1 meter impact resistant, as the same as the other one, and it's waterproof to IPX8 2 meters. So basically, if you don't go below 2 meters, it's waterproof indefinitely. And you can drop it from 1 meter without it breaking, but more than that might damage it. So you turn it on and off, then you switch through the modes to activate the light. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some batteries in it, and then we are going to test it out. Here's the two torches together for size comparison. This is the TI3 from before, and this is the Archer. Now, what the 2 means on there, because I just looked this up, is where it says 2A, that means it takes 2 AA's, because there's also the Archer 1A. So this is the third version of it, and it's the 2AA one. So to put the batteries in, you just simply unscrew this bit here, and then your 2AAs just sit in there like that, and there's your spring on the end. So put that back on. Get nice and tight so the O-ring's sealed properly. Okay, so as said, you turn it on here, and this is the button that switches between your modes. One important thing I noticed in the instructions I'll just point out is with the warranty information, it's saying you've got 2 years free replacement if anything goes wrong, you've got a 30-day return with Amazon, and you've got a lifetime parts guarantee as well for it, but that's obviously everyday use and there might be a charge for that. And it's saying with the warnings, with the high intensity mode, it's probably best you don't have that on for more than 10 minutes at a time, simply because obviously there's going to be heat issues with that, because LEDs do generate heat, and if it's on a really bright mode for more than 10 minutes it could start, you know, causing internal damage. It might not, but best play it safe and follow the instructions. So on here as well, you've also got one of these clips, the same as the other one, that you can take off and put on different bits depending on how you want to carry it. And this lanyard's very good, because this lanyard, if I can put my wrist through it, is adjustable. So rather than it just being a standard lanyard, you tighten it onto your wrist like so, and then you've got the lanyard pre-tightened for your wrist. So that's nice. Basically means that you can do whatever with the torch and it's, you know, easy and you can't drop it. So that's a good lanyard that's adjustable rather than just being a fabric kind of lanyard. So what I'm going to do is put the little TI3 out of the way, and we're going to turn it on and switch through the modes. And as I've said, there is a strobe mode, so if you have epilepsy it's probably not best you're watching this. So I'll do this again with the light off in a minute against the wall, then we'll take it outside. So this is Firefly that's on now. As you can see, that's bright enough if you're looking at it, but it's only about 0.4 lumens I think it said. So you can see there, that's bright enough if you wanted to read something in the dark, or look at something, you know, to find your keys or something, but it's not so bright it's going to distract people. So you press it once, now it's on low. See, that already looks really bright, and you can see there with the white LEDs. And then, so this is the low mode, that's medium, see that's really bright. I think the medium on this, you can see all the dirt on the stool, I think the medium on this is close to what the TI3 was on high. So that gives you a good idea how powerful this is. And now we're going to go on to the sort of high mode. Wow, that's bright. So look, even on here with the light on, and this is a 100-watt bulb above me, you can see this. So what we're going to do now is have a look at what this looks like, you know, in the dark, and then I'm going to take it outside and we can test it in the garden. And then at later points I'll do some shock-proof tests and waterproof tests and take it out somewhere quite far away in the dark, you know, and we can see what it's like in actual woods or something. So let's test it in the dark on the wall now. So here we go, the wall's a couple of yards away, and I have it in Firefly, and you'll actually be able to see that on the camera. Firefly is wide enough and bright enough on this that you can actually see with it, so that's really practical. Firefly on TI3 is good enough if you wanted to see like something up very close, but on this one it actually lights up a larger area. So compared to the TI3, the Firefly is better on this one, but obviously the TI3 is still good enough because Firefly is only, you know, you'd only use that in rare circumstances, it's not your everyday light. So that's what it looks like on with Firefly in a dark room. Now we're going to use the button to switch to low, and you can see that's immediately illuminated the entire wall. Low would actually be good enough, I think, if you're doing anything indoors with a flashlight to see wherever you want to go. And it's probably going to be good enough outside as well, but we're obviously going to try all the modes. So low looks like that, with it's pretty bright, like that's your eyes. Now we're going to switch to medium, and again you can see it's even brighter, and you can see how this is the kind of cold white, cool white, you know, crystal white, whatever you want to call it, LED light. So yeah, that is bright enough that you could see anything you want to see in the room. I mean, low was, but this is brighter again. And this is, I think, roughly what the TI3 looks like on the high mode, but this is on medium with this one. So you can see there, oh, that's hurting my eyes. That is the medium. So now onto the full high mode. Yep, and I'd say if you're in a small room, that's the equivalent of having a main light on. It's a bit hard to demonstrate with the camera, but to my eyes that looks like if I, you know, was looking at natural light. It's pretty bright. And oh yeah, it's blinding. I don't know if that showed up on the camera, but you wouldn't be able to see into that if somebody was shining that in your face. Right, to go onto the strobe mode on this one, you can see how bright that is because it's shining off the wall and illuminating the entire torch in my hand in a pitch black room pretty much. To go into strobe, you tap this 3 times, I think it is. Oh no, sorry, you hold it on this one. There we go. That's strobe mode on. Oh, that's blinding if you looked at it. So yeah, you hold the button to switch between strobe and normal mode. You press it, hold it in to go back to normal. Release. Yeah, there we go. So you just sort of tap it on and off. So I'll put it onto low and then we'll go back into strobe. So I just simply hold the button down. We're in strobe. Back in to go off. Hold for strobe. Back in to go off. So strobe on this one is easier to get to than the TI3. Because with the TI3 you obviously had to twist it on and off 6 times. With this one you just hold the button down for a second or 2 and then you press it in again to go back to normal. So now we're going to take it outside. Right, we are now outside and as you can see it's pretty dark. The only light is the one coming from the door. The camera barely sees anything without the torch on. So let's go into the modes. So there's Firefly. And as you can see, Firefly is bright enough that if you were looking for something up close, it's bright enough for what you'd need. It's easier to see than what the camera can see. So that's Firefly on. That's bright enough. But obviously you can't see really at a distance of that. So now let's switch the torch to low. And I've got it on with the lanyard, so just find the button. There we go, so that's low. And low doesn't quite go to the end of the garden. But you can see low is good enough for walking around in the dark. You know, see the rabbit down there. I'm not going to bother them with the light. So we'll go up the garden a bit, then we'll change the mode. So what I'm going to do now is just see what medium's like. And medium easily lights up the rest of the garden. Yeah, no issue seeing anything with a medium. You can see the back fence over there, which is just over 10 yards away. And obviously this says it works a lot longer on high at long range. Let's try high. Oh wow. Yeah, that is very impressive. This is like a big beam. Probably see like there, yeah. That does more than just illuminate like a path. You wouldn't even need it on this high, but it's good to have it as a feature. So let's just walk up the garden back with it. See, yeah, that's like a spotlight. And the weather's a bit nicer tonight for it than when I did TI3. As I said, I will take this torch out and the TI3 and do some videos, you know, in a bit more open areas with it. But I won't do that tonight because I've only got home from work quite recently and the torch has only just arrived. So as you see, no issue seeing to the end of the garden there. That's it back on Firefly, and you can just about see your legs with it, but low. Medium, and then high. Very, very nice torch. What I will do as well is just demonstrate how you kind of would use Firefly. Say we're just going to do the padlocks on this gate. If you had it on Firefly mode, so you'd be able to see what you're doing with keys or something like that in Firefly mode. So that's it like that. So I'm just going to put it onto low, and then I'm just going to put strobe on. That's what strobe looks like outside. Yeah, very trippy, very bright. So yeah, really can't recommend this enough. Obviously I'm going to be doing proper tests with it. See, I've got the lanyard on. That hangs from the lanyard just fine. But yep, the Archer, the 2A V3 is very impressive so far. So thanks for ThruNite to sending it for me. And obviously I'll be doing more videos with it and taking this one and the TI3 outside, sort of in the woods or something, or in some fields at night at some point, and seeing how they look out there as well. But yeah, very, very impressive.